In 1492, the Native American population was around 140 million, but by the 1600s, that number had dropped to only 15 million. While it might seem that 125 million people died, the actual number is even higher due to generations of natural population growth. Over the course of 100 years, you would have had to kill around 175 million people, including children, to achieve such a reduction. This tragedy wasn't limited to human loss. When European settlers began arriving in the Americas, there were an estimated 30 to 60 million bison roaming the Great Plains of North America. However, by the 19th century, extensive hunting, largely by commercial hunters and military forces, led to the mass slaughter of bison. By the late 1800s, their numbers had dwindled to fewer than 1,000. This collapse in the bison population also greatly affected Native American tribes that relied on them for food, clothing, and shelter.
The extermination of over 60 million bison on the Great Plains was one of the greatest tragedies in human history. And it wasn't just an environmental disaster. It was a direct blow to the heart of indigenous societies who relied on the bison for their very existence. The tribes of the Great Plains not only faced an immediate loss of a major food source, but a central aspect of their way of life and culture. And the mass extermination of the bison was a gruesome endeavor. Bison hunters and skinners came from all over the United States to kill the bison. Anywhere from 5,000 to 100,000 bison are killed each and every day. This led to starvation, disease, and a breakdown of tribal social structures. By 1890, there were less than 500 bison left on the earth.
Before European contact, there were approximately 10 million Native Americans. By the late 19th century, that number plummeted to less than 300,000 due to diseases and brutal violence brought on by European colonization. Known as the Trail of Tears, Native American tribes such as the Cherokee, the Choctaw, and the Seminole were forcefully relocated from their lands in the southeastern United States to present-day Oklahoma and further. Countless massacres were initiated by European settlers in the 19th century, killing scores of Indians in order to push westward. Notable massacres include the Sand Creek Massacre in 1864 and the Wounded Knee Massacre in 1890. In the mid-20th century, the U.S. government forcibly sterilized thousands of Native Americans as part of a eugenics program aimed at controlling the population of indigenous peoples. The most evil act, though, was the complete destruction of Native American culture and identity.